Confession. Shat myself at work, full-grown adult. Not a throwaway because I've told all my friends this story, so why not share with the world? As the title reads, was 21-ish at the time, now 35, working in a call center, thought I had a fart coming, so I spread to keep it silent and I shit myself, wet one. Probably one of the scariest moments in my life up until that point. I hobbled to the restroom stall and took it all off for inspection. Luckily it was contained to my boxers. For some reason it didn't dawn on me to throw the boxers away. I left them behind the toilet in the stall. Me and janitor, we'll call him Fondue, were super tight, real good peoples. During lunch he visits me at my table, so I ask how he's doing, proceeds to tell me about the shitty boxers he had to pick up and throw away in the men's bathroom. My bad, Fondue. TLDR, shit happens. Did the same thing about 30. Threw them in the bin in the jets. When I was in the military I was in charge of a 911 dispatch center. I used to have a dispatcher that every single day would come in and say, "Good morning, if I shit my pants today, can I go home early?" I would reply, "No, there are lockers for a spare uniform and showers down the hall. If you shit your pants today, you can shower, change, and go back to work." Oh, how those words would come back to haunt me. One day I was running some cables under one of the dispatch stations. Trying to manage the snake pit of cables that ran through the desk. Here I am, full on shit into a hole I just dug, squat position. I feel a fart coming on that I know is going to be a bugle call to the dispatch center. I mean, it was going to sound like a fucking train horn. It would be hilarious, and it was, for everyone except me. I let out what I thought would be a triumphant, bass-filled blast from my ass. What ensued was a cacophony of watery excrement. It shot straight through my briefs and squarely into the asshole section of my perfectly pressed uniform pants. Needless to say, the rule, from that moment forward, was forever changed. However, the question forever changed too. "Good morning, since you shit your pants and went home early that one time, if I shit my pants today, can I go home early?" To which I would begrudgingly respond, "Yes, if you shit your pants, you can go home early." I never saw those uniform pants again. I can only hope that they were incinerated. TLDR, never trust a fart. I went to my friend's place, got to wash my hands and made a big scary smelly wet one. It was everywhere, on my pants, on the floor, on the door. Had to do some quick cleaning. I still don't know if they know. This is why I never trust a fart at work outside of a bathroom. Visited a house party of 50 people where I only knew one person. Drank a lot and some girl came up to me and asked if I want some LSD. I took it, drunk and dumb, and partied further. A good while later I needed the bathroom, but it was locked. Next thing I know, I woke up on the floor in front of the bathroom door and shat my pants. Asked the party owner for a new pair of trousers, because I shat in mine. Got 'em. Returned his trousers at the same house party a year later. Bro, I know how it feels. I shit myself while I was with friends watching a college football last year. I ate a 20-piece hot wing combo from a local wing joint and we scored an amazing touchdown. I guess I got too excited and instantly felt warm fluid in my underwear. I was shocked and stayed for about 2 more minutes to confirm. Went to the restroom and it was definitely shit. I'm 21 by the way. Since we're all being honest here, I'll spin the tale of my own experience. I was at work. Something I had that day disagreed with me. Somewhere along the line, the gurgling started and the race for the food to exit began. I ran and checked the upstairs bathroom. Fully in use. Customer bathroom. Locked and in use. At this point full-blown temporary insanity takes hold. You feel like you can't wait for those doors to open and the temporary insanity tells you to do something because something is better than nothing. Since I lived a mile away I waddled out to the car and drove with all the speed I could get to the house. I come into the driveway with brakes locked to a stop. I make a break for the house. The choice was either go through the side porch door and then the kitchen door or take the stairs on the deck and go through the sliding glass door. My temporary insanity told me the fewer doors the better. My temporary insanity also told me the fewer stairs the better. Then I did it. Took a quick jump over 2 stairs onto the deck hoping to shave off valuable time. The mighty butt muscles that had been keeping things in check finally failed me and instantly released upon landing. You can figure out the rest. The only good thing was I was 15 feet from my own bathroom. I couldn't have been more thankful for that. Half an hour I got back to work clean, feeling better and with no one missing me. I was in my early 20s. It must be something about the age that just does it to you. We've all been there, mate. I did it in the pub after drinking about 10 pints of Guinness, fucking brown gravy everywhere. I put them in the bin, wiped up and carried on my night. Dude. Just wait until all of the people with Crohn's disease and ulcerative colitis start telling their stories in solidarity. As a crony myself, I've had so many near misses, I would be counting for days. One time, however, I lost dramatically. I had to do the shit walk of shame in a tourist restaurant. I threw away my underwear, and tied up the garbage bag, but all that was lost could not be contained by a single pair of drawers. I had not paid my bill yet, so I called my friend over to give her money, smelling like I was carrying a corpse in my back pocket with a stain that could not be disguised. I literally never went out with that friend again. The shame was too strong. That's why they call it fart gambling. Sometimes you lose. Not shit, but recently, age 18, I woke up feeling hot between my thighs and hearing a PSSSS sound. I woke up peeing my fucking bedlam. I cried because I was so ashamed. I ate too many fiber gummies the other day. Shat myself at the end of my shift. No bathrooms were open anywhere. 12 midnight, had to drive on the freeway with warm shame jelly in my Fruit of the Looms. Cheers. That's amazing. When I was 10, I shit myself while sleeping over at my cousin's house. I didn't know what to do, so I threw my underwear in their shower and closed the curtain. Cleaned myself up and went to bed. My aunt never said anything about it until I was about 30 years old. She was like, "Remember that time?" I was like, "Ah yeah. Worst night ever. I remember. Ha ha ha." I had a party with a few friends at home and one friend took a shower. Suddenly I hear a loud "Oh my god" from the bathroom, so I take a look. Door was locked, but my friend opened it after I knocked and looked at me in absolute disbelief. The whole fucking bathroom was full of shit. Bathtub, floor, little bit on the walls, shower curtains were absolutely fucked. I asked what the hell happened and he said the following thing. Sorry for Google Translator, hope it still makes sense. I was just taking a shower with the shower head in my hand, proceeded to wash my ass when I accidentally gave myself an enema. I hope that's the correct word. And holy shit. I couldn't stop it. Well, everyone at the party knew about it and we still make fun of him for that. Wasn't an adult, but old enough. In high school I had a day where I vomited like 5 times. I was determined to stay in school because I wanted to go out with a friend afterwards, and my mother wouldn't allow me out of the house if I had been sent home from school, sick, and I guess the pressure of it all just pushed it out. Had to throw away a pair of knickers just filled with shit as well as my pea shorts. Fun times, and first time I've ever told anyone about it. Never trust a fart. You all niggas need to cut dairy out of you all diets. Damn, man, that's pretty, poop, shitty. There you sat so broken-hearted. Tried to fart but alas you sharted. Did the same at an old Chicago in Tucson. To be 25 again, as you write in your TLDR, shit happens. If someone comes to me and want help because of this very reason, I'm certainly not going to laugh or make fun of them. It's a very exposed situation and no one will appreciate an escalation from there. I have never been in this situation myself, but I have helped others who accidentally peed themselves when multitasking, which is when women cough and pee at the same time. And when that happens at work or in the street where others can see, I feel so sorry for them. My bad fondue is my new favorite thing. Thank you very much. I will be stealing this phrase. Thank you. I was at Vanderbilt Estate. We had a fancy lunch in town. I ate a piece of cheesecake that tasted a bit off. We get to the estate and are touring the grounds. My tummy was rumbling. I told my husband to keep walking ahead. I was going to double back to the restroom. Thankfully I had a sweater I could wrap around my waist because I didn't quite make it, wave after wave. I waddled through the lobby of the gatehouse and flung myself into the first stall and sank down on the toilet. I was in a complete state of panic, felt like the worst moment of my life. Slowly I finished disrobing, sized up the situation. Removed my shoes, pants, the soiled undergarment and was able to pull myself together enough to clean up and make myself presentable to go back through the lobby and make a break for the parking lot. As I slowly stepped out the front door of the gatehouse I saw my husband and behind him was a bus unloading about 40 women, all heading to the restroom I was just leaving. If this had happened about 10 minutes later this story might have had a really different ending. The old 50-50 fart/shit gamble. Fondue. Why am I laughing so hard at you calling a janitor fondue? Happened to me on the way to a business to deliver pizza during lunch hours. Had to wait on Karen to gather the money. Stood there in the lobby praying no one got too close. These stories always surprises me. I don't understand how it's possible to confuse a fart with a shit. Even with diarrhea, I was never worried something like that could happen since a teenager. But I guess I'm just lucky as there is a lot of stories like you. I spent some time as a district manager and you would be shocked at how often grown adults shit their pants at work and have to go home. Well, I shat myself at home, so obligatory shit happens. r/shart attacks would love this. Honestly deserve a reward for the TLDR. Sorry I don't have anything, but here's a fake high five, praying gesture. I can't believe this is a common thing among men. Well, this was the most pointless, depressing thing I've ever read here. Think I'm leaving Reddit. Thanks for the push. If you ain't shat yourself at some point during your conscious life, then you're probably a fucking cyborg with no asshole. I have pissed myself while working cashier few years back as a student while at uni, could have been 21. It was peak hours and cashiers were full. When I finally had time to go, it was too late. I pissed myself on a stool while serving a customer. I showed nothing. I then asked myself off 2 hours earlier. It was one of my last shifts. Edit. Also, when I was around 13 to 14, I was running home from language school. Because I wanted to catch a bus, I didn't go to the bathroom at school. I sprinted down the hill and caught the bus seconds before it left. 5-minute ride home, I was clenching my butt. When I got to the elevator I knew it was good, but on the 5th floor I knew I fucked up by not going to the bathroom. I opened the door on the 6th with my parents just leaving. I told them I shat myself. It was good, because I was home alone and was able to clean all in peace. Another one, I might have been 12 in the mountains with parents and I must have eaten something bad from my lunchbox because it came suddenly. I made it in time to the bushes, but while squatting I pissed on me pants. I tightened my shirt around it so it wasn't visible and then continued downhill when the urge came again. Unfortunately this time I wasn't able to hold it or let it go because of the tight bushes and people around, so it went into the pants. Luckily it stayed in. My dad helped me clean and we left my boxers in the forest. The last thing that comes to mind, again in mountains, I needed to go so bad, but there wasn't any bushes or trees or rocks to hide behind. The grass was low to hide in it. I ran to the spring well where we needed to get water and there was a bush. I pulled my pants and did what needed to be done. I got the water and got back on track when I noticed a man and a woman walking in front of me. They must have seen it all, and the trail was like 10 meters away from me. I didn't notice them. Sorry guys, I felt so embarrassed. I was 8 months pregnant last Valentine's Day, just got out of an Uber after going to eat hot wings. As soon as the Uber starts pulling away, liquid poop just falls out of me. My BF was already inside our upstairs apartment and I'm yelling for our toddler to hurry inside, but she was picking flowers, so I kind of left her outside while I painfully, because I was so pregnant, ran up the stairs to my apartment and yelled at her dad to go get her so I could jump in the shower. Also, I was wearing a dress with a thong under, so everything came out. I think I've done that twice. Going commando is the way out. Just didn't get the belt off in time. LMFAO, this is a great story. It's normal. r/Tifu. Did you go commando the rest of the day? He knew. I've had too many close encounters early on in just under a year of work that I feel it's eventually going to happen. It's not terribly uncommon, dude. I have ulcerative colitis. I've shat myself a few times in the past few years. It's very embarrassing. I hope you are able to laugh about it looking back. Never eat shirataki noodles is all I'll say. Wrecked bra. Shares happen to tons of people, even me. All good, champ. I've done it, although I've been mine. Called the boss and said I was off home and why. Imagine the janitor sees this and connects 2 and 2 together. Bet fondue picked up some strawberries and had a nice boxer chocolate fondue. This happened last week at work after drinking pickle juice and sugar-free Red Bull for a hangover. Oops. Lamau, I know that feel. I made a throwaway just so I could respond to this. A few years ago my boyfriend at the time texted me randomly and broke up with me. I wasn't that shocked but still shook me a little. Fast forward to us deciding I should come over to pick up my stuff and clear the air before saying our goodbyes. Velp. I had been feeling shitty the last few days. On the drive to his house I shit myself on highway 2 minutes from his place. A very, very small amount. But stanky nonetheless. I told him I pulled over and puked, so I had to go back home. Long story short, I never did end up seeing him again. Eventually got my stuff and left the key under the mat. But that little shart probably saved me from dealing with him laughing at me while I cried like usual. The only advice my bio dad ever gave me before he went to the store was to never trust a fart. I wonder when he will be back with the milk. My cereal is hard now. 3 other times. 1. In college, had taken some shrooms and was drinking. Was loopy AF. Bathroom was 3 floors down in basement. I started stumbling down the stairs and didn't make it. Bits of poop started coming out on the stairs, like a trail of breadcrumbs to the toilet. A few friends found it before I could clean it up, and they kept calling me poop_ for years. 2. In college, but sober. I'd been delivering refrigerators as a summer job, in gym clothes. I went to the mall for fast food, had a milkshake, and started to head back to work. This is when I found out I was lactose intolerant. I realized in the parking lot that I needed to get back inside to a bathroom. I got back into the fast food place, but not in time. Gym shorts and underwear ruined. An employee came in, and I asked if they had an extra uniform. They didn't. I had to ruin my shirt by pulling the neck down to my waist like a skirt. Hustled back to the car with no shirt and the shirt skirt, and drove back to my room. 3. A few years ago I went jogging. Made the mistake of not going beforehand. Literally, in the middle of a suburban area with nowhere to go. So I went in my pants while I was trying to walk home. I had those jogging shorts with liner, so it was all trapped in there. As I'm walking, it starts seeping down my leg, on my shoes, and on the sidewalk. Had to ask my wife to open the back door and threw me a towel and clothes. Had to strip in backyard and hose myself down before I could go inside. Now, I always poop before working out. Just had something similar happen to me the other night. This thread is making me feel better about myself. I'm 36 years old. I was walking back from a restaurant to a self-parked garage next to a hotel when I realize I have to poop. I know where the bathroom is off the hotel lobby and I book it in there. I barely missed the toilet. It was all caught in my underwear, luckily, or unluckily. I threw the underwear behind the toilet as well. Why, you ask? Because the housekeeping person for the hotel was in the bathroom with me. I was too ashamed to take my dirty underwear out with me. I even heard her mention to another person who came in that she was just waiting for my stall to open up so that she could clean and then leave for the evening. I've read this before, I'd done it first day on holiday once. Just carried on regardless. Had a great time. I did it at work once before too. I was doing a juice cleanse. Felt the urge. Started making my way to the bathroom. Starting feeling another urge to sneeze. Tried to resist because I was still far away from the bathroom. Didn't work. I sneezed and sharted at the same time. It wasn't little either. It got on my undies and my jeans. Went to the bathroom, finished, and cleaned up best I could. Came out, told everyone I had an emergency at home, and that I'd be right back. Went home, showered, threw undies away, cleaned off jeans. Changed and went back to work. Acted like nothing happened and no one was the wiser. Had a 40-year-old dude shit himself at work but he didn't even keep it low-key, he straight up told my supervisor. Trying not to burst out into laughter, my supervisor told him to go clean up. He answered back with, "I tried, it's running down my leg. Mate of mine has done this more times than I can remember. Once he did it twice in one day. Had to throw his boxers in the bin, did it a second time and had to go home. He's actually quite bright, but sometimes shits himself." I've been there. Shit happens. Fondue Lamau, absolute trooper.